Hello, my friends. Today is March the 31st, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. This is approximately 10 minutes, so bear with me if you want to feel into this. This is a four card pull, a general energy card, an energy that might be sustained through the year or something that might chop and open for you to look at. Then there is a particular challenge you might face, and then there is a particular action you can take to stay in balance, and then there is an outcome or synopsis card. This is the general energy card of the year, and it is Gnosis. The Gnosis is that deep inner wisdom, and it's that deep inner experience where all of your senses are alive to creator, to mystery, to magic. This is a year that you might have some kind of mystical experience that feels unexplainable but tangible, that you feel in your body, in your soul, in your consciousness, but yet have a hard time bringing yourself to explain and even understand on many levels, but you have to feel it and trust it as some kind of divinity, some kind of sacred experience. And the thing about Gnosis is once you taste Gnosis, your life changes. Your life changes. You go on in a different way. You go on, I think, in a more surrendered way, in a more open way, in a more refreshed way to seek out answers because ultimately you want to know. Gnosis is about knowing. But the understanding of knowing is that often when you find these quote truths that you are led to, then the truths often give way to new mysteries. And so there's an ever going, ongoing um, sense of truth and mystery that goes hand in hand. And in that understanding of the truth needs to go with the mystery, is there a sense of surrender? Is there a sense of openness? Is there a sense of majesty in it? And a need, not a need to push so much anymore. A sense of going with the flow and inviting in the super consciousness and the magical and the mysterious into one's life. So this is a profound year for you. You might have some kind of very mystical experience. Now, what is that around? Well, this is your particular challenge, the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is all about jumping into your fully loving self. You know, cups are all about trusting one's intuition, about having relationships and seeking to have them go smoothly. But um, it's also about emotional feelings and the senses of emotion that take you through, all the lower energies of addictions and obsessions and take you up into your heart where you can taste love and take you up into your sense of compassion where you can feel the pain of others because you can know the sense of pain of yourself. So what is your challenge? I think it's to your pain is to jump into your heart and to live a heart-centered life. Now, maybe you're looking at marriage. Maybe you're looking at some kind of commitment to something or someone or even to yourself, but you're afraid to jump in there. You're afraid for some reason to face what you don't know in this, and thereby it seems like you hold yourself back from giving and sharing and loving fully and trusting the pace of things and you want to know, there's that Gnosis card again. You want to know where this is going and what it's going to mean and how it's going to affect your life, but you know what, you're not allowed to. You're not, this is not about knowing. This is about trusting. And it's really hard, I think, this year for you to trust something or someone, or maybe yourself, in a sense of loving and wanting to go deeper with someone. The cups are all about, I think, getting out of your own personal space and extending it to things and to people that taste sweet, that offer promise, that hold some kind of special connection to you. But if you can't allow that special connection because you're afraid of where it's going to go, then you're going to choke yourself off. You choke yourself off from love and connection and a deepening understanding of things. But you ultimately want to know, the Gnosis card comes up, you ultimately want to know deeper about who you are and what you are and where you're going and what your mission is and who you might share that with. But there's a big challenge in there. So what is your action to take? Well, it is kind of the ultimate in going into the unknown, the Black Panther, going into the void. The Black Panther is that being who can be in the dark, is okay in the dark, is okay with everything in the dark, that transitioning. They have powerful senses that are not only about eyesight, but are about smell and taste and senses and body feelings. So the Black Panther asks you to open to all your senses and not just worry about things in your head. Open to the mystery of life. And the Black Panther says you have to jump into the mystery. You can't hold yourself back from it. You have to jump in and trust that you're going to be all right, and you're going to make your way through it, and you're going to know what to do, and you're going to know what things mean in the times that they need to meet that you need to understand them, and then they're going to lead to more mysteries. I mean, and that's what Gnosis and Black Panther, I think, are all about. That hand in hand goes the mystery with the known. Hand in hand goes all the senses with the sight. What you can see, what we can see is often what we think is reality, but our reality is often skewed if we only allow what we see to be the truth. We have to feel it, we have to taste it, we have to touch it, and we have to smell it, and we have to hear it in all the fullness of the senses to really grok what is going on with something. But the only way we can do that is to jump into the ocean, jump into the river, jump into the unknowing. And in a search of knowing, jumping into the unknowing provides you that opening to become balanced and become true to yourself and become, fully human, because we don't know. We don't know what's coming next. We don't know what is coming down the pike for us. But we have to go down the pike. We have to jump into the river. We have to put ourselves into the ocean and let the ocean carry us and take us. And we have to surrender to life, or we become small shells of ourselves. And we don't want to be small shells of ourselves. We want to live full lives. We want to live connected lives. And you only live connected life by daring to jump into the unknown, by daring to jump into the mystery. And here is the final card, the outcome or synopsis card. I love this card. It, to me, speaks of the mystery. It speaks of gnosis. It's, you're sitting nearly on an up and down sloped hill. You're perched precariously, and you could fall to your death. It's a tightrope of energy, but yet you're in the mystery. You're in the realm of looking up into the portal, into the orange tangerine moon or the orange tangerine sun or whatever you want to call it. But there's a light. It forms a halo. There's a sense of connection to the vast consciousness that is deep and profound and allows you to trust that what you're doing is right and where you are is okay, and that you'll know what you need to do in the next realm. But sometimes you have to take those chances of sitting on the nearly vertical slope, naked, open to the world, and trusting that you're going to be okay. And that's what Gnosis is about. And that's what I think the Black Panther has to talk to you about. And that's what the Ace of Cups says ultimately. Jump into just love. If you jump in with love, if you jump in with openness, if you jump in with willingness, if you jump in willing to hear your intuitions and taste your own pains as well as your own sweetness of life, then you'll keep being led to truth. Then it'll keep being led to more mysteries. It'll keep being led to more truth. And you'll be the seeker and the explorer and the lover and the healer and the studier of the mysteries and the sharer of divine truths that you are called to be, because that's where you're going this year. Studier of divine truths, experiencer of life in its fullest. May the Black Panther lead you in the darkness for your highest good. Aho.